stand and I saw your brown eyes, your lips are pale and I said hi. I knew right there you were the one. I was caught up in physical attraction, but to my satisfaction, baby, you're more than just a friend. And if I am in love again.
Still locked into Entertainment Weekly and KLS Sports FM 89. And the minute you hear this version of the Real Rock Rhythm, your mind automatically goes to Stone Love. And the minute you say Stone Love, then you know it's a Weepow. Father Paul, welcome.
Yeah, from you say Weepow, you say
Definitely. Paul,
yeah, man, nice having you on the program, man.
how are you dealing with this COVID-19?
Well, I just hear my voice and I'm chirpy, you know. You just still have to reach out to our family and friends who lost their lives in this epidemic. But
Definitely.
nonetheless, we have to just be in here and embracing the day as how it comes, you know.
All right, now, this thing is affecting the entertainment industry overall. But for somebody like you in particular, it is affecting in multiple ways because, one, you're a promoter as well.
Yes.
So
And a sound system operator.
Right. So
Yes.
as a promoter, you're losing out because you're not able to promote Weddy and your other events. I think even your birthday party would have been cancelled because right before the permits were
Yeah,
withheld.
definitely, yes. Yes.
And as a sound system operator who doesn't play 1 or 2 or 3 places per night, so you're talking about you and your team of selectors, everybody is being affected.
100%.
You know, because Stone Love is a business, so you have a...
Yes, in which I'm not one of those person who gather up some songs, which I call them pouchy, and say I'm a sound system.
Right.
A sound system is really, you have to have physical boxes and equipment, like a Stone Love, Metro Media, Bodyguard, you name it.
I mean, your Virgin Keith as a motto, the only good system is a sound system.
That's right. In which, like, for my system was able to lessen the burden on the government where employment is concerned, because I have over 50 people.
A lot of people don't understand, apart from the selectors, because sometimes selectors...
I have the driver, the truck driver, the engineer, the maintenance man, the selector, is a whole crew to the office staff.
There's more than one system that goes out on the road as well. So each system has its own team in terms of its maintenance team and engineer.
Yeah, and sometimes I have 4 systems on the road
Right.
one time.
So there's a lot of people being affected. So when some think about sound system and think about the couple guys that they see walking around with laptops, we're talking about the system.
Sound system. Nonetheless, they're part of the industry still. But
They are DJs, are selectors.
Yeah,
They're not a
right,
sound
right.
system.
right.
Or you coping, or you keeping up with not being able to go out and perform.
You know, me is a road runner.
Right.
Never leave the road. Well, it could be stressful, too, but me I cope. Me have to understand what is happening.
Definitely.
I have to set example to and encourage people so you have to just stay in.
Definitely. So we're doing that. We're staying in. We're keeping up there because we want, when this thing is freed up and Weddy is able to go again, you want to be able to see all your usual patrons alive and healthy.
That's right. Definitely.
You know, you don't want to be hanging up black flags at Weddy.
You know? No, sir, we don't want that at all.
And we're hoping this thing will clear up in time for us to have a Stone Love anniversary this year.
Well, we're hoping, yes. Yes, we're hoping.
Because after all these months of lockdown, it would be nice to be able to celebrate that way.
Lovely. That would be very good.
I think it would be a very special anniversary because this would be a year to survive in this year. It means for great celebration.
Definitely moving forward, you know.
All right. So one of the things I want to do today now is, apart from talking a little bit about Stone Love itself,
Yes.
is to talk a little bit about Weepow the man, because, you know, Weepow is the man behind Stone Love, but Weepow is a man separate and apart from Stone Love as well.
Yes, well, Weepow is the brainchild. The brainchild for Stone Love.
Right.
In which the whole longevity of Stone Love, which started in the early 70s, it wasn't just Weepow alone.
Right. But to go back in even before
the
that,
brainchild starting it, but everybody contributes.
and going back in before
The
that,
baller. Yeah.
Didn't you have another name for your small system before it got to Stone Love?
Here it goes. At the very beginning,
Right.
I tried off with the bird sign, which I'm a spice young.
Right.
Those days, you have two different type of sound systems.
Right.
Those days, which we would call on the hardcore sound system that doesn't play foreign music.
The rubber dub systems.
Rubber dub. So you have the disco, which I fall a part of, which we play the mixture of music.
Right.
Yeah, along the line, and which I changed the whole world where sound systems concerned. Everybody play like what we started doing. As I said, used to have sound like Gemini, whatever sound with the bird sign.
Right.
So when I tried off of Spices, there was a next set with that already.
Right.
So that was the I make booms and try off a next little name, Soulmate.
Which is the name I knew at first. That's the first name I heard about.
So never worked either. So those are in quick succession.
Right.
So I got Stone Love and nobody never liked the name. So I tried to change it to Weepow.
Right.
Which still never catch on. So I just go back to Stone Love. And pearl and with and take the beating with it. Which man I said, man can Stone Love. And all sort of gimmicks and really, now it becomes a household name.
And the most easily pronounced sound names.
Right, in which those times I made deep to name, you know.
Right.
So, Diana Ross and the Supreme have a song named Stone Love.
Right.
STONEED.
So you just drop off the D off it.
Yes. So it's probably was like an inspiration doing that.
In the early 80s, you fought your way through. The sound started to grow. You know, you built a team around you. Then you got to a point where Stone Love was now the number one sound.
It was not easy road, you know. It was a sacrifice for him, which I given up my job.
You're 95.
Yeah, I give up my 9 to 5, which was a good job because at the time I was an elevator technician, which I couldn't live off of it too.
Right.
Yes, I give it up to goes into the sound business.
To put all the effort
100%.
and energy in it.
Yeah.
Paul, one of the things that has stood out with Stone Love over the years is the quality of the system. How much effort do you put into maintaining that?
100%. 100%. Remember you're talking about vinyl days, you know.
Right.
You just don't take any needle and put it onto a vinyl. And the reproduction is going to be the same. So I was one of those persons who look for the highest quality cartridge and needle.
Which at that time would have been the Stanton.
No, long before Stanton.
Oh, before the Stanton days you're talking?
Yeah, long before Stanton.
When the common man was using the diamond needle.
Yeah, you're talking about Shure.
Right.
Yeah, Shure needle. In which you're talking about those days when those cartridges come with two different needles. You can turn it over.
Right.
The cartridge can turn over. One will play the LP and one for the 45. Different grade. Because the groove of the 7-inch I do call 45
would be wider.
Be a little wider than the LP, which LP have more songs.
Like at that time, I think standard 5, occasionally 6.
Right. So when after Shure I went Pickering.
That did the green needle
comes in place. So not that the quality was better than Shure, but it was more durable. It could have taken the roughness.
Okay, because by that time we're scratching and stuff like that.
Definitely. Yeah, so we try to maintain that quality. Not to say sometimes we try a thing and it not work and really you might not so good. But that is like you don't good for one night, but that is just 1 or 2 nights. But
I give you a joke about that, Paul, and I'm sure you'd have heard about stuff like that before. A man would come to Stone Love and see something on Stone Love and run and get one, and by the time him come back, you decide that not good and you have taken it off already.
Right,
and he's stuck with this.
Because I've just been, me personally, I've just running experiment. Yeah, so a lot of things that on modern sound system nowadays, I'm the forerunner of that.
Paul, we're going to take a quick break, come back and talk some more.
All right.
All right, yeah. Shoot it on. Kitchens. Should I even listen? Should should I even try?
Still on Entertainment Weekly, still got Winston, Weepow, Powell in the house with us, or should we say on the phone, because we're maintaining social distancing.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, one final thing on the sound system itself before we move on to some other things. That keyboard that you became famous for, because that became a Stone of signature sound.
Yes.
How did that keyboard come about?
The keyboard was originally bought in Jamaica by Arrows. That is when Arrows went away for many years and rebuilt.
Right.
And come back to Jamaica with one of the most powerful sound systems ever. That's one of the sound that changed the whole direction of sound system, like putting your amplifiers in rock. With like jammers was there, but with like local made rock. But Arrows came back with the modern stuff. So Sonny, he was the one that really take that keyboard. When that my past selector went to Japan, he bought one on and takes it to Stone Love. That's how it goes.
Arrows might have been the first one to brought it here, but you definitely made it popular.
Yes, but after the keyboard now, when we introduced the drum machine onto the system now.
Right.
That's the one that Willie Rockabessa, we call him the bandsman.
Right.
He will play the percussion in between some songs that are not that lively.
Right.
So he make the scene
build up the energy.
Yes.
And that also took off again because every sound system had the means of getting one other drum machine.
Right.
All right.
And till now, everybody now can just get the sounds and sample it into their laptop.
Right. Now,
yeah.
Another question now, Paul, that
yes.
This is one of the most discussed things in many sound system forums, especially overseas.
Yes.
About Stone Love's ability to clash. Now, I've often told these guys that if they knew anything about the dancehall and sound system industry in Jamaica in the 80s and the 90s,
yeah,
you couldn't become a big sound without being some clashes. The thing is that those weren't built as clashes. Two sounds strung up, there's a 50-50 chance of something kicking off.
Yeah, definitely. I have some bad experiences with clash, big time. That's why I stay away from clash. It's not healthy. There's a place in St. Catherine near Mount Industry when we were small.
Right.
We were playing up at Mount Industry School. Probably that have to be the late 70s.
Right.
Yeah, or early 80s, in which a big fight developed and it started from two clash.
Right.
I almost lost the whole of my equipment.
Wow.
My shit was pushed through all of the speakers and all and something. Along the line, I played at a lawn at Walton Park Road, and those years people used to pin people wire, you know.
Yeah.
Like 2 number 5 days we're talking about it.
To short out the system so the system wouldn't play
short
properly.
Out the system, yes. 2 number 5, not transistorized.
Right.
And they cut off my wire and all them something there. So the last big one now, which I've done 1 and 2 classes after that, but the last big one was Stadium East.
Right.
Yes. I was forced to go into that class, the All Island Sound class.
Okay.
That is when it was being planned to really get rid of Stone Love, to get Stone Love what I pitched. So I was promised I couldn't do nothing wrong. Nonetheless, the first night, it was a 2-night thing because rain was the first night.
Right.
The first night is like day and night between Stone Love and the rest of sound. So then tape the cassettes and we learn the craft.
Right.
That is what me and Cancer were doing that session there. And then I run left the sound long time.
Okay.
Yeah, and they run away, go to Canada for 2 years.
Okay.
So Cancer end up on the second night when they were rescheduled. He plays an intro, a derogatory intro in which you don't supposed to play non-derogatory. Nothing.
Right.
Yeah, and other sound play, which the winner at that time was in a...
Right. Wally.
Yeah, and they play one derogatory, but yes, it's Stone Love lose 40 points. Lose 40 points overall for that intro. And still run second. So it was a planting.
Right.
Yeah.
And even outside of that, Stone Love would have had lots of clashes where you came out victorious. Maybe not planned clashes, but dances that turned out into clash.
Yeah, well, like, you don't really have to turn out into clash, you know, but like, you see from 2 sound string up, basically, and who play the best tonight, you know.
Right.
And who sound the best, you know.
Right.
So some will get rated by how you sound and some by what you play.
Right.
So sometimes overall, a song walk away with both. How you sound and what you play.
Right.
Yeah. So front two sound singing, people turn it in a competition for themselves.
Right. Now, another question that is asked a lot.
Yeah.
The depth of Stone Love's dub box and whether or not your dub box could compete with some of these clash sounds.
Here it goes now. We have some exclusive dubs. Yeah, but like, our dubs were built to entertain people, you know. Or to try to better the 45. Like if we hear a 45 and we customize it our way, I we just sit down and build something different. But we have more sound that build their dub for straight war.
Right.
Even customized calling a next sound man name. It's not my style. That.
But we would also have to admit, though, that even though your dubs were not built directly for that, because of how big some of them has become as anthems, they could easily be used in a clash.
Yeah, well, there are bullets, you know, and they're not rubberized. So they will hit you.
And as you said, the box is deep and wide.
Well, yeah, man. Most people know I play catch-up, man.
You see
I
that?
play catch-up. I have thousands of dub where probably never in play for the past 20, 30 years.
I mean, one artist in particular, there's always the argument of between sounds like 4x4 Extras, basically this King of These about Bounty Killer.
Yeah.
Your name is never mentioned, but I want to believe that you probably have just as much, if not more.
Well, you're so right. But we just let them go and talk. You just like Jimmy Cliffe. Jimmy Cliffe said never do a special for Stone Love.
Right.
Which Steele was the first man who get one, and I was the second man. I think Bodyguard would be the third one.
I think it's probably
But he
been...
never mentioned my name, so me have dubs where people never know to me.
I've had that experience because artists has brought dubs to me, and I said, you do this 2 years ago?
All right.
They did it so long for me that they don't even remember that they did it for me.
But as you mentioned that point, it happened to me too. Lately now, I dig up my archive now and I realize with a corona card, I dig up that now too. I say, them two, when I plan to go buy 6 tunia, I'm going to buy some again too, and the artists them collect neatly and go and like so them never do it yet.
And I heard Slaughter recently in an interview saying that, boy, there are some dubs that if you should go back into the studio and press them off and give back to them, people it would hurt them.
Yeah, but we don't want to hurt nobody. You understand? So we just go and ride away.
Producing, Paul, you also have done some producing and you have also made some big hits. Tell us about that side of Weepow.
Well, like, how I get into the production is because of Steely, Silverhawk Steely, Cleveland Steely.
Right.
So, when we're cutting dub at first and days, you go straight to the dub plate. Dub plate is the mediocre vinyl then.
Right.
Yeah.
When you go red light in the studio, straight to the plate.
Yeah, so if you make a mistake, that's spoil, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, that's part of the plate. Like if the plate can hold 2 songs per one side, and the man make a mistake, that's spoil. So that's why you see those DJs in the early days were so accurate.
Because you had to go for the 3 minutes straight.
Right. So Steely now encourage me and show me the way how he does his specials. When he cut his dub, he record it on a tape.
Right.
Whether it's 16 track or the 24 track.
So he could mix it down.
Mix it down and carry it to Dynamic at the time, where they do the mastering for the vinyl. So his dub would have been mastered.
Which is why your Forever Young sounds different from everybody else's.
Right. The original too. So I take that route.
Right.
And how that rhythm really get out. The Steel asks me for a cut of the rhythm, and him can't go to out the arrows.
Right.
But from there, start doing the dubs, the good production way.
Right.
It helped me over to branch over to production.
And I don't know how famous they were before that real rap, but I know Mafia and Fluxy became very popular in Jamaica because But then it was records, and you flip the record, you saw Mafia and Fluxy.
They are England-based musicians in which whenever time they come to Jamaica, they will either go to Jammies or by Stone Love. So, like, if they are here for 2 months, every Tuesday, I would produce at least 8 rhythms with them.
Right.
Yeah, so there's a lot of tunes I have done with Max and Fluxy. So that's Real Rock. They are the one that plays it, in which I was being sued by Coxon, for other Cox. Yeah, I didn't claim the rights, but...
So all rights would have still been reserved for him.
Which, at the time, Jammies have a cut. Jammies did do a version.
Exterminator.
Fatish. Yeah, that's Fatish, yeah. A lot of people does
Jammies' son, Jan had a cut.
Yeah, but just show the Stone Love one stands out so much that we get the sue.
Yeah, because the Sanchez cover of that Shy song was really kicking.
Yes.
That really launched Tony Curtis' career with 2 songs.
Right.
My Sound of Murder with Jigsy
yeah.
King and The Love Should Have Brought You.
Yeah.
And then there's some other songs that were playing as well.
As you mentioned, those 2 songs, at that time, remember, Coxon used to base in Brooklyn.
Right.
Yeah, so his mother used to run the studio at Brentford Road. So those 2 songs was on the New York chart for many weeks. So number 1 and number 2.
So he was always hearing them.
Father got up there and hear it.
So wait, that go on?
Yeah.
All right, Paul, so we'll take another quick break, come back and wrap up this interview.
Cause I'm a whole gangali. I wanna be free from all chains and all bangles and rope. Free from all bars and all borders and dope. Free to praise the Lord because me not praise the Pope. So I know you will wash your face in Babylon.
Still locked into Entertainment Weekly. Still got Winston Weepow Powell in the house with us. Your cut of the Carderai rhythm had some hits like the Louis Culture, Gangali.
No, Soul Love Carderai is the original.
Right.
Yeah, that's the original one. Then what happened now is my family now Court Nicole.
Right.
You know Court Nicole?
Roof,
yes, man.
the man responsible for Jigsy King and Future Troubles and
Future Trouble, you know them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's the one that lick over the rhythm and give second vibes a cut.
Okay.
Yeah. With Silver Cat, 2 Fall on the yard and all them
And
stuff.
World Dance and those things.
Yeah.
But that Gangali launched Louis Culture's career as well.
Right.
And then there's some other Stone Love rhythms, a lot of other Stone Love rhythms, but some more popular ones like the remake of The Gunman that did really well.
Yeah, if you realize those Stone Love Gunman, the original is Michael Prophet.
Right.
Produced by John Dollars. Yeah. The Stone Love one is a slower version, which at the time most people used to step up the tempo.
Right.
But we take it down a notch. So it like was a creeper.
And one of the other things that stands out as well is that a lot of the Stone Love anthem dub plates were done on your versions of a rhythm. You'd sometimes just make a different version of the same rhythm, so your dubs always were exclusive.
Me still do that, man. Still do that.
After all this achievement with Stone Love, right?
Yes.
What is left in dancehall that you would want to achieve?
My utmost aim was to really run the radio station,
Right.
Which I don't know what held me back. I get the farms and full out the farm, which you have to pay for the farm.
Right.
At that time. Now everything up online still, but now you never have a bandwidth left with radio station. But moving forward, so the loud noise thing, I got everybody here get delicate. I probably will look into have an enclosed place.
Right. You can beat the sound as much as you want.
Right. Which doesn't really affect the outside world.
Some quick fire simple answer questions. What would be your top 3 songs that you produced? That would have to be the biggest, but your favorite, your top 3 songs you produced.
Well, this is like a stick up. But those 2 on the Real Rock.
Right.
Yeah. Love Should Have Brought You Home and Fall in Love with Sanchez.
Right.
Then I think to the incentive, I think it would be Gangali. Yeah.
All right. Now for even bigger stick up, Poe.
Yes.
Your 5 biggest or 5 favorite Stone Love dubs.
know. No, man, there are some dog. No, I'll give you one where you should damage the place.
Right.
Especially England. We'll go anywhere in Europe. Good morning, son, boy, long time reacher. Nitty gritty. All right. The first Love Anthem, was Thriller You,
My son.
Yes, that was the first anthem, I'll leave you with that for today,
All right. Now, any sound system that either you really enjoyed playing with or that always gave you a challenge when you and them played?
All right. Put it in two.
Right.
Put one that you enjoy playing with and one that will give you the challenge.
Right. So give us those two then.
Yeah. The one who enjoy playing with the Metro Media. And the one that give me a challenge now would be a suggestion.
And funnily, one of the biggest dances in Jamaica today is really a Stone Love Bass of the Sea.
All right. Bodyguard just to give me some good challenge and silver act,
Still, he was really a dub plate specialist.
Yes, man. He knows everything, man.
Right.
He was a genius.
At the point when Bodyguard gave it those challenges, was it the Johnny era or it was the Johnny and Lynx era?
No, man, no links, man. Not a links not come about yet, man.
So the Johnny era Bodyguard and Big Mac and Tony.
What is my name? Gard, yes?
Big Mac and Tony.
Yeah. We play
God, he was super saint, I
next door
think.
to House of Leo, over Grove Road. That was the first time I hear Professor Nuts dancer back. No problem, my Bodyguard I play that, man.
Yeah, cause Bodyguard, there was another dub plate sound as well.
Yeah, because enough credit goes out to Big Mac too,
Yeah.
You know Big Mac?
Yeah, man, Big Mac, Macintosh.
Yes. Bodyguard was the first one that plays a Celine Dion.
Yeah.
When Celine Dion just come out. They dropped that tune upon Stone Love in our house of Leo. I remember them a country sound, but two Big Mac them used to go far in and all them things, which record used so hard to get them days or two.
Right.
Yeah.
And Courtney Singh used to live overseas as well, so they had some overseas
them go to Washington University, man. So them up there all the time.
Yeah, man. Do you prefer you stringing up by yourself or do you prefer those dances where 2-3 sounds string up in a lawn?
I more enjoy the dance where we alone play. But sometimes you play with some other sounds who really have the promoter in their interest and they play the dance just like you alone would have play. So a man no say nah rush to go play off all the hit songs them in one go and all them something. And you just go man and know say well, really come up to clash with one another. You come to promote and make a money.
And I guess that's one of the reasons why the Stone Love Metro Media worked so well. Even though each sound wanted to stand out and do the best, it wasn't going to be at the interest of the dance working out well.
Right, so just like now, we are based on this, have that chemistry going on now. Sometime on one weekend when they might be playing, we play all two plays on the same night, different places.
And all the dance is working out. And some men don't seem to realize that it's in your best interest to play this way because you get more bookings. If you come and you mash up a man dance, other promoters in the dance watching not going to be interested in booking you.
Yes.
So you're hurting yourself.
Yeah.
But I guess when you are leading, everybody who comes up, or most people comes up against you, are going to try to make a name because you're the champion and they want the title.
Yeah, definitely.
But there's proper way to go about it. Stone Love is a juggling sounds. If you want Stone Love title, juggle Stone Love.
Right.
Because it don't make no sense to try to take a juggling sound title by trying to clash with them.
I don't know. Them try also other thing there. Now, the sound take a different dimension right now. Like a who is a heavy song. Yes, that is what is happening now. So
it was there in the early days, then it went away to who played the best, and now it's gone back to heaviest again.
Yes. So I'm a man of heavy, but yet still, it must be palatable for your patrons and ears.
It makes no sense you're hearing this horrible, grimy bass, and the top end is not coming through clear.
Vice versa to your top end cannot get people too.
Exactly. Screaming and chopping your ear, and it's a balance, and I've always said to people, if you notice the better sounding sounds, they're powerful but play way beneath their power, so they're relaxed. So the music...
in which I have the problem with some of these selectors that are my sound too, we are in. They get carried away, them doesn't really understand.
That the power of the sound that they have get to them.
Yes, and
you'd expect that they'd get used to it and understand the way to do it after a while.
Melodies we need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. Father Pow, definitely been a pleasure. Hoping we'll get a chance to have a sit down in studio when this thing clears up and talk some more about them. There's a lot of things that we haven't touched, and there's a lot of knowledge and information that I know you would be willing to share. So definitely looking forward to that.
That'll take one whole month.
Weepow, Father Pow of Stone Love, taking us to the end of Entertainment Weekly this week. Remember, love yourself, love your neighbor. Prior day, keep the devil away. Remember to stay safe, sanitize, keep social distance, keep your hands clean, don't touch your face. Until we meet again, same time, same place next week. God bless.
Say